Hey guys, Deja Lu here. Let's do a collective reading, guys. Let's see what's going on. Now, this message may serve you and it may not. If it doesn't, just let it go and move on. If it does, I hope that it helps. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so I have a lot around Pentacles today, so that's letting me know that there's a lot of people who's stressing over money, trying to figure out how to make ends meet and not knowing what they're going to do, where they're going to turn, and that is a really hard energy for me. I've always, struggled financially myself, so I completely understand this feeling, and it's as though you're trying and you're trying and you're trying and you're trying to get somewhere. It's like you're not getting anywhere. Like you're right there, right? You're right there, but you're just falling short. And so with that being said, I really want you to make sure that you're taking some time to go inward on money. And because a lot of us have a lot of trauma around money. I do. A lot of people do, because of our today's society. We have to have it in order for us to live, in order for us to function, in order for us to have a life. Like, we have to make money. We have to have it. And so there's a lot of fear around it. There's a lot of bad energy because people use it for bad things, right? And then it ends up in your pocket or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of negativity, like that good old saying, like, money don't grow on trees. I say this to people all the time. Our life is, what we believe. So if we believe that money isn't at easy access, then it's not going to be, right? Because life is like a magnet. We draw to us what our beliefs are and what is on our mind. So if you actually trust the universe is going to have your back and money could just land in your mailbox for no reason, then maybe it could. We all have crazy things happen. We might find some money on the ground, whatever the case may be. But the bigger thing here is that I want to make sure that everybody doesn't make that their focus, okay? Because we don't need these big elephant. Is there an elephant in the room? am I saying something that's triggering some people? We don't need these big fancy gifts, right? We don't need the big things like that. We don't have to go overboard, okay? We can share our emotions, make some cookies or something, It doesn't have to be anything big because people appreciate what is special, okay? Unless you're in this place of giving these big financial things always and haven't done anything else, then they might be in an expectation of it. But hey, if they don't love you, if they get mad at you over not getting you these big expensive things when you can't afford them, then they need to move past that, right? So it doesn't serve you purpose. I do want you to know also, whatever it is, as far as like your struggles, there are ways that you can reach out and get help in different ways. And so, like, for example, what was coming to my mind is you can go to the food pantry, or, you can go and get help with your electric and maybe use your electric money a different way. Look at your budget, figure out where you can cut corners at. I know I've got an energy right now. It's probably not for everybody, but for some reason, it's really coming in strong about your baby daddy or your baby mama or whatever the case may be, might not be doing their part. And I'm real sorry about that. That's really hard, but my best suggestion to you is to not be in the expectation of it happening. Then when you get it, it's like a bonus, right? It's like, okay. And I understand you do have to depend on them a little bit, but Coming from a single mom who had to raise her kids on their own because their dad passed away, I understood that I had to stand on my own 2 feet, right? I had to figure out ways that I could make it without depending upon him, right? So be in that you can do that. There is help out there. There is ways that you can. Like, for some reason, I just heard diapers. Like, you can get diapers. You can go to different places. I went to a fertility clinic and got free diapers for my kids whenever I needed to. You know, you can do it. I know it's not easy. It's hard, and it is definitely sad to have to do that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do and be in a place of gratefulness that we live in a society that we can find this help, right? That's where people do want to help, along with Christmas presents. You can get help if you have young ones. People want kids to have a good Christmas. You just have to be willing to ask for it or to communicate that and say what you need. I got the smell of a bonfire right now. Maybe some of y'all are going to be enjoying a bonfire, right? I love that. S'mores. Talking about money, and I'm thinking about all this stuff here. Yummy, yummy in my tummy, right? That was a good smell. I like that. So interesting. I want to run with that because fires are really important in spirituality. And with the fire, you know, for some reason that saying is coming to me like the fire under your ass. Like, get moving. You know, be in that place of letting your passions guide you. Love be there to lift you up. You know, feel these feelings of positivity and emotions and all of this. Like, feel it. Don't be in a place of feeling lonely, because all you have to do is communicate with somebody. A lot of people want to be there for you, but they don't know that you're lonely. They can't read your mind, right? So know that you can reach out and ask people for help, and they will be there for you, you know, even if it's just a talk. Call, hey, what are you doing? Some people do still like to have phone conversations. Some people do like to be checked in on too. And I know I hear that, like, I want it to be a two-way street. I don't always want to be the one that has to call, but sometimes that's just what it is, you know? Know that you can have what you want where you want it. When you want it, you do have control of your life. You can work towards and make sure that you're doing what you want to do in order to get what you want. You know, you can't just sit there and think that it's going to come to you. Okay, you got to reach out. You got to talk to people. The number 6 is coming through really strong. A lot of people think that's an evil number, but that is really not an evil number. It's actually really good. 6 is my favorite number. A lot of people have made fun of me for that, but it's good for me. That it makes me feel good whenever I see 6s, right? So 6 can be the 6th of the month. It can be 2006. It could be 6 weeks, 6 months. You look at it and see how it fits. Maybe it fits with one of your past loved ones, right? I see a lot of people. I'm feeling some energy around some restless nights. And I'm feeling them. I'm feeling some restless nights right now, but this is coming up in the future. I would say in like a week. I feel a lot of people in this like go energy where they've got so much they've got to do that they don't have enough time to sleep, or that they're letting the stress of it all get to them so they can't sleep. So make sure that you're doing whatever you can to help you find comfort in that place. I always recommend getting a journal and putting it next to your bed, and before you lay down to rest, put it all on paper. Whatever it is that's on your mind, put it on paper. I know that sounds crazy, but then I literally set the book down in the pen and I say, I will readdress it when I'm able to. Okay. And you set it aside and then you get rest, right? It's helped me a lot. Some people like to put crystals under their pillows. Also doing things like showers or baths. Showers always wake me up, but I love my baths. So whatever works for you. Warm milk, you know, anything that will help you come to a place of comfort and relax. Make sure your bedclothes are clean. I don't know why that just come through like that, but time for me to wash mine, so maybe that's why. I got the Lovers card, y'all. Ooh, and the Tower. I got excited for what? Uh-oh, guys. So I got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Look at this, guys. I have the King of Swords, the Lovers card, and then the Queen of Swords. Seriously? That's like people literally being like hateful to each other, like attacking others, being in a place of anger and frustration. And, you know, I mean, you can look at it however you want, but someone with a sword, they're a fighter, right? So they fight a lot to get what they need. You know, but this to me, it was in reverse on the Queen, so that's like a negative, not a good thing. It's like being harsh, coming off to a Karen, being a Karen, right? I know a lot of people hate that saying, but it come to me, so I have to give it. But know that, you know, literally, I just looked down and I've never noticed this on this card, but there's a snake biting the ankle. Do you see that? Like, I probably shouldn't be showing all that stuff, but like, be careful because, you know, you gotta watch how you're saying things to people and to not allow people to say things in a mean, hateful way to you either. But it's like, I'm getting a lot around cars, guys. No joke. Like, I literally seen the slippery when wet sign. And so maybe someone might be going off the road. I don't know. I'm not trying to put people in a fear-based thing, but like I see people letting things go because they can't afford to do it right now to pay for Christmas. I see because people didn't do the things that they need to do to get their car prepared for winter. It's breaking down, you know? So y'all pay attention to your cars. And it's not just about the car, it's about being stuck in life, you know? So make sure that you need to be staying in movement. If you're not happy, it's time for a change. And I'm not telling you to leave your relationship or to end it or anything like that. What I'm telling you is to fix it, right? Figure out what you need to do to have change, because it's important for you to always have forward movement. But I do feel a lot of conflict in this energy. So, you know, if you need to separate yourself for a little bit and reevaluate the situation, do what you got to do. But in this, it is the Tower. But know that every ending does come with a new beginning, you know? So if something's not working, something will eventually. You just got to put yourself out there and believe in yourself. Okay? I'm being drawn to this deck over here. I haven't used it for the collectives yet, but let's see what we get here. This is the archetype deck. So this might point us towards some types of people or lessons. We'll see. This deck is so hard to shuffle. All right, so I'm just going to pick a couple out of here. We're going to go here, Here. 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 Interesting. Okay, so the first thing we got is literally there's going to be someone around you that's mirroring you, right? That's going to be like reflecting back to you how you're behaving. And that's literally what the swords are kind of like, you know? If you're being mean and hateful to somebody, they're going to be mean and hateful to you. You know, or if they're the type person who's just not a nice person, they're going to come at you and they're going to find a way to hurt you, right? They're going to use the things that trigger you. You know, that's so fortunate, like when people are like that, throwing things in your face. I don't like this feeling, so I'm going to move away from this mirror card, but know that this is a possibility for people here coming up soon. I don't like that, but you got to also figure out what serves you purpose and what doesn't. Understand the anger. Why are you getting angry, or why are they angry, right? Look at the different perspectives. Come to from the place of the heart, you know. Why are they hurt? Because that's the root of it, is they're hurt for some reason. Even if you didn't hurt them, understand why that they're not hurt. I'm also feeling something about the ears, so you guys pay attention to your allergies. Take your allergy meds and things like that. We don't want ear infections to be happening. Time to drag out the winter stuff. I don't know why I just heard that, but I did. So, like, if you haven't, because you're resisting winter, it's time, you know? And then I have the Avenger, which is kind of interesting because the first thing that stood out to me was this person wearing a mask, right? They're wearing a mask and they're hiding their true selves, or they think that they need to wear a mask in order to be themselves. You don't have to wear the mask. You don't need it. Green eyes. Ooh, I just saw some green eyes. Interesting. Light attributes. Desire to balance the scales of justice. Righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Interesting. Shadow attribute. Resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Which literally, like LGBTQ, you know, Black Lives Matters, like all of these things are coming to mind for me. That's like, you know, being in that place of allowing these things that are out of your control to create an anger for you. Interesting. My throat chakra just kind of locked up on me. But it's hard for us all to talk about it, you know. It's angering. It's frustrating for so many millions and millions of people on both sides of the fence, right? With the anger is what needs to be worked through. That's crazy that this whole thing is like in this place of that so far. Let's hope we bring some light to the subject, right? Poet. Now that's some pretty energy. Light attribute. Expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Shadow attribute. Turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. Turns a lyric gift into a negative. See? Like, that's what we're talking about here. Look at that. See? That's like saying someone can turn something so beautiful into something so terrible. Right? This is what it's like. Like, try to be in a better place. Like, kindness is free, right? We don't have to be so mean and hateful. Whew. Something just fell over on my desk. It scared me. Visionary. Light attributes. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. That's pretty cool, right? That's more what I'm talking about, but it was in reverse. So this is shadow attributes. Selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Wow. Yeah, completely. Like, and that I just see money around that, like being greedy, you know? We don't want to be greedy. Exorcist. That one's pretty cool looking. I don't know if I showed this one or not, but it's cool too. Light attribute is freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. Yeah, that is like the root of all anger, which the Avenger is too. And the Poet, like, this is basically showing us that just to see the lighter side of things, you know, to understand that, you know, all this anger does serve a purpose, but just because it shouldn't be directed at you, right? Like, did you do this to deserve that? No, you know. But hopefully these negative injuries. Uh-oh. We don't want to talk about that word. We're talking about anger, right? These negative entities, they turn around, and, you know, with Christmas being here, yes, it triggers a lot for a lot of people. But at the same time, you know, and this message is timeless. So whenever you find it or whatever, it may not be Christmas time, but I feel like everything around me serves a purpose whenever I do a reading. And, you know, Christmas, it does bring a lot of love and joy to a lot of people. You know, I'm seeing the doves here, you know. We got to remember why we do these things and what the reason is for them, you know, like, why does it serve a purpose? Remember what we want, you know. I mean, the matching pajamas are cute, but sometimes we can't afford them. It's just about us all having pajamas on, right? Like, I don't know why that just come to me that way, but it did. So, just wow. Okay, I don't usually use these cards, but I'm gonna. This is my Green Witch Oracle deck. Let's see where we're going, guys. I'm just running with the message. I hope it helps. What do they need to know? How can they handle this situation? T. The letter T. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The first important thing is that you need to make sure that you have clarity on why the situation is what it is. I do think a lot of you guys can overcome this situation if you just come from a place of, like, being a leader, right? Try to, or maybe it's not about being a leader. Maybe it's about stepping back and trying to just understand, because maybe you don't understand, you don't know, right? I don't know why that just come through like that, but that's interesting. It's a time for transition, change. Eleven's a good number. Candles. Light candles to relieve stress. Smell, you know, scents of things can help relax situations. Burn sage, you know. There's all different things that you can do to help your situation. So instead of, like, being in it, try to find ways that you can help you come out of being in the center of it, okay? Energy. Make sure that you're taking your vitamins, eating oranges, fruits, however you want to look at it. So I'm literally being shown after that to be aware of your autoimmune system right now. So maybe a lot of people might be getting sick, you know. Be prepared for that and make sure you have what you need in order to get through it, right? Tea, have the good stuff. Always be in gratitude for what you have. I know a lot of people are so focused on what they don't have. They get into this place of the anger and the frustrations. But if we're in a place of gratitude, we're in this place of giving, we're in this place of thank you for what we already have. And in the giving, it's not just about, it's about the feeling that you get from giving, even if it's a little thing, right? If it's a hug, it doesn't have to be a price, sit down and have a cup of coffee with them, instead of just giving a gift card, actually take them on the experience. How many people would love for you to say, hey, instead of getting you a $15 gift card, why don't we go to the store together and we can pick something out that you like, right? We are lacking presence with the C in our life instead of presence with the T. So start finding ways and gifts. Think of things like maybe going to these paint things that they have, the little events where everybody gets together and paints. Make things of togetherness, or even to make it cheaper if you can't afford much, go to and get the cheap stuff from the store and make it happen at your house, And but I do think that a lot of you guys, it's coming up to the new year, so maybe that's the energy that I'm feeling too. Everybody's going to be focused on what they want, instead of what they have, because that's what New Year is all about. Change what do you, but for anybody who is looking for a new beginning, literally on the bottom of this deck, anybody who is looking for this, it is possible. You can have it, okay? Just one day at a time, do everything you can to step into what it is that you really want, okay? Just start, like me, I'm on this spiritual journey. I keep adding ways to my day, to my rituals that help me, and it's taking a process for me to get to being more comfortable and happy, because at first I just tried this one thing, but it's really taking more than just one thing to get there, right? But I'm learning, I'm trying. So let's get some of these love cards, and then I'm going to pull a moon card, and then I think we're going to call it, because I think we pretty well covered everything that we needed to. Well, nothing's really coming out here except for a whole book. We did get one, so maybe that's all that's meant to be given. We'll go with the bottom of the deck. And this one, balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges, which is so true. Because if you can't come to someone and tell them that you're not happy, just the same as you can go to someone and tell them that you are happy, and to make a suggestion on how you think you can fix it, rather than just being angry, right? Let's fix it. Let's find balance. What can we do for change? And don't just point fingers and be like, you're not doing this and you're not doing that. You come in at a different perspective and be like, I'm really feeling worn out. Is there any way that we can work on changing? Can you do something for me? Right? We can always find different ways of saying things. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Right? Do what you got to do. If it's time to be done, be done, All right. These are my moon cards. I love these affirmations. They're my favorite. But I do want to take the time while I'm shuffling these to say that how much I appreciate you guys, especially those who have stuck around for 30 minutes to listen to me. I love these little collective readings where I can just read into the cards and see what I'm feeling and putting it out there. This is definitely a new thing for me, but I kind of like it. But I appreciate everyone's support. Ooh. Ooh, these were stuck together, so we're going to go with that. Okay. Prosperity lies ahead. Woo woo. I love that one. So good things coming. And it's in the upright position. So let's get out of the negative and know that this too shall pass, right? It doesn't always have to be bad. We can fix it, right? Look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture, right? Come out of this little thing that's upsetting you, right? And look at the bigger picture, like everything. Look at the whole thing. Bring love into the situation. Always bring love into the situation, right? You and your loved ones are safe. These are all upright. I love this. You and your loved ones are safe. That is a good affirmation for anyone who is suffering from PTSD or something, that lives in a state of fear of something going wrong. I know for a long time, I've had people break in on me because I'm a single woman, you know, and they've broken my house while I was home with my kids sleeping, and took things on more than one occasion. And it's scary, you know, but that would be a good affirmation for someone who has that fear. You and your loved ones are safe, right? Because even though those things happen, me or my children didn't get hurt, thank goodness. We were safe. We were protected. It's time to release the negativity. No joke. Right? I love this. It leaves it on a perfect ending. Seriously, guys. I love all the colors here. Pink, blue, green. I also have Taurus, Cancer, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. So if that connects to any of you guys. But yeah, I can't end on a more beautiful note. It's time to release the negativity, and prosperity lies ahead. So guys, it's all going to be good, okay? It's coming. Just don't feed into that negativity. Don't allow yourself to spiral. Try to find healthy ways to deal with it, okay? I'll be looking forward to the next time. Bye, guys.